When we think of the Ice Age, we picture a lost world buried deep in prehistory. Giant, shaggy creatures roaming endless ice fields, millions of years before humans ever existed. But science tells a different story. While the Egyptians were building the Great Pyramids, and while the first writing systems were being invented, woolly mammoths were still alive, still breathing, still walking the earth. So how does an animal we associate with the deep Ice Age end up surviving into the age of human civilization? And what finally wiped them out? This is the real timeline of the woolly mammoth, backed by science, not legend.
For a long time, scientists believed mainland mammoths went extinct around 15,000 years ago, at the end of the last ice age. But new DNA evidence, pulled straight from Alaskan permafrost, changed that timeline completely. Mammoths survived in Alaska until at least 10,500 years ago. That means the first humans arriving in the Americas actually lived alongside mammoth herds for thousands of years. On St. Paul Island in Alaska, one herd held on until about 5,600 years ago. And it wasn't hunters who killed them off. Humans didn't even set foot on that island until 1787. What killed them was thirst. Their freshwater lakes turned salty as the ocean rose around them, and they slowly died from dehydration. Further out, off the coast of Siberia, on Wrangel Island, the very last mammoths on Earth made their final stand. They survived there until around 2000 BC. For years, the theory was that inbreeding slowly wore this last population down, a genetic collapse. But a major 2024 DNA study proved otherwise. These mammoths stayed genetically healthy for 6,000 years straight. Their extinction wasn't a slow fade, it was sudden. Likely a disease outbreak or a single environmental disaster that wiped out the last of them almost overnight.
Because mammoths lived so much more recently than most people realize, rumors never really stopped. Some claim small herds are still hiding somewhere in the wild forests of Siberia or Alaska. If you've spent time online, you've probably seen the videos. In 2011, a clip went viral showing what looked like a mammoth wading through a fast-moving Siberian river. News outlets ran with it. But when people actually checked the footage, the truth fell apart fast. The background was lifted from a real video shot by a filmmaker in Thailand on a completely different river. Someone had pasted a CGI mammoth on top and added fake camera shake. The giveaway? The mammoth left no splash, no ripples, nothing touching the water at all. Then there's the black and white clip claiming to show a mammoth filmed by a German soldier in 1943. Turns out, it was just a cropped, aged-looking clip taken from a 2001 BBC Nature series. Not real footage at all. Even respected institutions got fooled. For decades, there was a legend that in 1951, wealthy explorers at a famous New York dinner eat steaks made from 25,000-year-old frozen mammoth meat dug up from Alaskan ice. But in 2014, Yale researchers finally tested a preserved sample from that same dinner. The verdict? It wasn't mammoth at all. It was green sea turtle.
So mammoths are gone. Fully, permanently gone. But could the animal our ancestors once lived beside actually walk the earth again? This is where genetics takes over. In 2021, Harvard geneticist Dr. George Church teamed up with entrepreneur Ben Lamb to launch Colossal Biosciences. Their goal isn't cloning a mammoth like in a movie. The DNA found in permafrost is too damaged, too broken up to build a full clone from. Instead, they're using gene editing. The Asian elephant already shares 99.6% of its DNA with the woolly mammoth.
So scientists identified the specific genes that gave mammoths their cold weather features: the thick fur, the heavy fat layer, the shape of their skull, blood built to work in freezing temperatures. By editing those genes into elephant cells, they're building something new: a cold-resistant elephant that looks, moves, and survives like a mammoth. As an early test, in March 2025, researchers unveiled the woolly mouse, lab mice edited with mammoth genes. And it worked. The mice grew thick, wavy fur and processed fat differently, just like a cold climate animal would. With more breakthroughs like this coming, the team is now aiming for the first mammoth-like calves to be born by 2028.
The woolly mammoth isn't just a leftover from a frozen, forgotten past. It's a bridge between where we came from and where we might be going. Our ancestors painted them on cave walls, hunted them to survive, watched the last of them disappear. Now, thanks to modern genetics, we're closer than ever to bringing something like them back to the Arctic. So, is bringing back a version of the woolly mammoth a triumph of human science? Or should the past stay buried where it is?